Picture a room full of people. You can usually spot the ones trying incredibly hard to look successful. They have the latest smartphone resting face up on the table. The designer logo is clearly visible on their jacket. The keys to a luxury car, one they are likely still paying off, are sitting next to their coffee. Now look at the person sitting quietly in the corner. They drove a 10-year-old car to get here. Their phone is a few generations old with a slight scratch on the screen. Their clothes are tailored but completely devoid of visible branding. Modern money culture assumes they are falling behind, but financial psychology tells a different story. That quiet person might actually be the most financially free individual in the room. While everyone else is trapped in an exhausting cycle of upgrading to impress strangers, the quietly wealthy play a different game. They view money through a timeless lens similar to the Japanese concept of Wabi-Sabi, the appreciation of things that are imperfect and impermanent. Today we explore 8 things quietly wealthy people refuse to buy and how stopping the pursuit of perfect can build your freedom. Most people think the ultimate goal of personal finance is to reach a point where everything around them looks flawless. You get a promotion, so you upgrade your car. You make more money, so you buy a bigger house and replace your furniture to match a trending aesthetic. It feels like the responsible progression of success. And it is incredibly easy to fall into this trap because modern society is engineered to reward the appearance of wealth. But for many households, this constant pressure to upgrade is exactly why they feel perpetually anxious. They earn good money, but they do not build real security. The money comes in, and it instantly evaporates to fund an artificial aesthetic of perfection. The deeper problem is not a lack of discipline. The problem is trying to buy a flawless life in a consumer culture that keeps moving the finish line. This is where the Japanese philosophy of Wabi-Sabi becomes a revolutionary financial tool. Quietly wealthy people understand a fundamental truth. Chasing a perfect appearance is a bottomless financial pit. They refuse to buy perfection. Instead, they use their money to buy their absolute freedom. To understand how this works, we must look at the cultural foundation. Wabi-Sabi is a Japanese worldview centered on the acceptance of transience and imperfection. In traditional culture, an irregular, handmade clay teacup is valued far more than a perfectly smooth, mass-produced piece. The flaws are honored as part of the object's history. When we look at modern behavioral finance, we find a direct psychological parallel to the opposite of Wabi-Sabi, the hedonic treadmill. You buy something shiny and new, get a quick hit of dopamine, and soon it becomes your normal baseline. Then you need something even more expensive to feel that same high. Wabi-Sabi serves as a cultural circuit breaker for this destructive loop. It reminds us that trying to buy a permanently perfect state is impossible, allowing us to redirect our income toward long-term peace. The first trap, tech upgrades. The first thing quietly wealthy people refuse to buy is the endless cycle of the latest tech upgrades. Every year, massive marketing campaigns are designed to make your current smartphone or laptop feel obsolete. They add a minor feature and convince you that your perfectly functional device is inadequate. Wabi-Sabi teaches us to accept the minor wear and tear of our tools. A phone with a small scuff still connects you to the world perfectly. The psychological trap here is treating technology as a fragile badge of social status. The visible cost is $1,000 leaving your account, but the hidden cost is the massive compound interest you sacrifice by not investing that money. The system fixes to adopt a strict run-to-fail policy. You use your device until it physically stops serving its core utility. Quiet wealth is not about holding the newest screen. It is about not caring who sees your old one. The second trap, fast fashion. The second thing they deliberately avoid is fast fashion and microtrends. Modern brands have turned clothing into a disposable commodity, encouraging us to buy cheap outfits just for a single weekend or social media post. This is often driven by the trap of retail therapy, trying to buy a temporary moment of confidence. To counter this, quietly wealthy individuals embody the Japanese concept of modanai, which represents a deep sense of regret over waste and respect for resources. The visible cost of fast fashion seems minor, perhaps $30 a week, but the hidden cost is heavy. Massive decision fatigue and the mental weight of managing a high-turnover wardrobe. The system fix is building a highly functional capsule wardrobe. You invest in a few high-quality, durable pieces and wear them repeatedly. Quietly wealthy people wear internal confidence, not logos. The third trap, status cars. The third trap that quietly wealthy individuals absolutely steer clear of is brand new status cars. Modern society normalizes taking out massive consumer loans to purchase rapidly depreciating assets. turning your vehicle into a metric of human worth. This is where we apply the financial mindset of kintsugi. While kintsugi is the art of repairing broken pottery with gold, its philosophical lesson is about valuing longevity and maintenance over a shiny replacement. The visible cost of a status car is the punishing monthly payment. The real cost quietly destroys your wealth through immediate depreciation and inflated insurance premiums. The psychological trap is the illusion that a premium badge earns you genuine respect. The system fix is simple. Buy a reliable used vehicle, maintain it meticulously, and drive it proudly. A paid-off older car always offers a more peaceful journey. The fourth trap, oversized houses. The fourth thing they refuse to purchase is an oversized house for the sake of future-proofing. The traditional playbook dictates that when your income increases, you must upgrade to a sprawling property with spare bedrooms for hypothetical guests. This desire for excess directly contradicts the Japanese concept of which celebrates the intense beauty and peace found in empty, unburdened space. Ma teaches us that physical space should give your mind room to breathe. The visible cost of ignoring this is a giant 30-year mortgage. The hidden costs are soaring property taxes, endless weekend maintenance, and the physical exhaustion of cleaning rooms you never use. The psychological trap is buying a house for an imaginary lifestyle you want to display. The fix is to choose a home size perfectly for your everyday routine. Space is only valuable when it delivers peace. The fifth trap, aspirational gear. The fifth sign of a quietly wealthy mindset is their refusal to buy expensive professional gear for aspirational hobbies. When taking up a new activity like photography, it is tempting to spend thousands on top-tier equipment before even starting. This stems from the trap of trying to buy the identity of someone who excels at the hobby, rather than investing the actual sweat required. This is where the practice of Hansei, deep, honest self-reflection, becomes crucial. It forces you to ask if you are truly committed to the craft or just infatuated with the aesthetic. The visible cost is an immediate drain on savings. The hidden cost is the toxic guilt felt every time you see that pristine gear gathering dust. The system fix is strict. Rent or buy entry-level gear until you have consistently practiced for 90 days. Real wealth is having time to enjoy a passion, not owning the professional equipment for it. The sixth trap, constant convenience. The sixth thing they cut out is the reliance on constant convenience services. Modern apps make it frictionless to outsource minor discomforts, delivering a single cup of coffee or a gourmet meal to your door. This is exactly where Kakebo becomes your shield. Kakebo is the traditional method of financial mindfulness that focuses on slowing your money down to observe its direction. The visible cost of convenience seems insignificant, a few dollars here and there. But the hidden cost creates an artificial baseline of living where basic tasks become outsourced expenses, eroding your life skills and creating dependency on immediate gratification. The psychological trap is the comfort of frictionless spending, where money leaves silently. The system fix is to establish a non-negotiable weekly limit for convenience services, deliberately reintroducing healthy friction. Convenience should be a tool, not a default lifestyle. The seventh trap, perfect furniture. The seventh thing they refuse to purchase is flawless, Pinterest-perfect furniture designed for display. The interior design industry creates immense pressure to live in a highly curated home that looks like a magazine shoot. People discard perfectly sturdy furniture simply because it displays a minor scratch. This directly violates Wabi-Sabi, which asks us to find beauty in the natural patina of objects that share our living spaces. The visible cost is thousands squandered on cyclical redecoration. The hidden cost is the perpetual anxiety of living in a domestic museum, terrified of spilling a drink. The psychological trap is sacrificing daily comfort for superficial approval. The system fix is to purchase durable furniture and view the inevitable scuffs as a beautiful record of your life. A home is meant to hold your real life, not act as a flawless gallery. The eighth trap, premium labels. The eighth and final thing quietly wealthy people refuse to buy is premium memberships bought solely for the label. We are constantly offered upgrades to VIP status or exclusive clubs that promise to elevate us. Here we must ground ourselves in harahachibu, the wisdom of stopping when you are 80% full. Applied to money, it means recognizing when your functional needs are met and understanding that spending more yields diminishing returns. The visible cost is a trail of high annual fees. The hidden cost is a dangerous inflation of your baseline for happiness, trapping you on a hedonic treadmill where ordinary experiences no longer bring joy. The psychological trap is using your wallet to buy a false sense of importance. The system fix is to choose standard experiences that satisfy your actual requirements and automatically invest the price difference. Freedom is knowing your worth without a VIP card. Before this sounds like another restrictive video telling you to give up every joy and live in an empty room, let us pause right here. That is absolutely not the strategy of quiet wealth. The ultimate goal of this philosophy is never deprivation. The goal is direction. This is not about blindly copying a historical culture or forcing yourself to live uncomfortably. It is about using a wiser lens to notice where your hard-earned money is silently leaking out, just to serve artificial expectations. It is about actively refusing to pay a heavy lifestyle tax to prove you are successful. You are allowed to spend money on things that bring genuine utility, but spend it with absolute intention to protect your long-term peace. Now let us turn this philosophy into a practical system you can implement today. Awareness is useless unless it translates into a shift in behavior. Here is your action blueprint. First, pull up your bank statements from the last 30 days. Sit down with a physical notebook, embracing the slow, intentional practice of Kakebo, and write down your transactions. As you review the list, do not just categorize items into needs and wants. Look deeper. Highlight the hidden financial leaks. Look specifically for the things you bought purely to upgrade an aesthetic, the premium memberships you barely utilize, or the convenience apps that have become an automatic dependency. Second, select just one single leak to close this week. Cancel that aspirational subscription, downgrade the VIP membership, or commit to using your current smartphone for one more year. Third, and most importantly, do not allow that saved money to sit idle in your checking account. Take the exact amount you just saved and set up an automatic recurring monthly transfer to your emergency fund or an investment account. Think back to that quiet individual sitting calmly in the corner with the older car and the slightly scratched smartphone. They are not falling behind. They have simply realized that playing the endless modern status game is a guaranteed way to stay financially fragile. By actively embracing the principles of Wabi-Sabi, they have surrendered the exhausting pursuit of a flawless aesthetic in exchange for something infinitely more valuable: actual, unshakable financial freedom. Always remember, true, quiet wealth is never about looking rich to a crowd of strangers. It is about building a quiet, reliable system that allows you to sleep with absolute peace of mind at night. If this video helped you see your relationship with money through a clearer lens, please subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into minimalist money rules and sustainable Japanese money habits. This video is for educational purposes only and is not personal financial advice. Financial rules, taxes, pensions, and investment products vary significantly by country. Always consider your own unique financial situation and speak with a qualified professional when needed.